Right. Okay. Karen's in the comments, woman. You had an incident today with a Karen. Tell me.
So, I was in Zara. I collected things to try on. I had 12 items. You can only take in 10. So I was like, okay, can you just leave this outside and I'll swap it for when I try something on like you normally do in all the other stores. No, we don't keep the items here. You're going to have to take it down there where they collect the clothes and hopefully they won't send it back to the shop floor. And I was like...
Hopefully.
Okay, but then you kind of, if it gets sent back, then you're kind of losing...
The potential sale.
And so... She was like, yeah, you're just going to have to do that. Didn't cause a fuss. I was like, yeah, cool. Okay, fine. So I took it down there, gave it to them, came back, tried on, had the 2 items that I didn't want to try on anymore, went there. I was like, hey, can I swap this for the item that I couldn't bring in with me? And she goes, oh, it's not here anymore.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well, can I come out to grab it, to come back in again? No, you're going to have to queue up again and go round. And I was like, oh, flip, I'm not doing that. So I came back, tried on the rest of the clothes, and I never ever tried that item on. I know,
okay.
Right? Then I went to the cash point to buy the items. And I felt so like nobody wanted to help me. So I went to the till, and it's the self-help till, because they're like, if you have a credit card, go to the self-help till. So I go to the self-help till, but I've got like 10 items. Anyway, I'm buying all these items, but this shirt's not going through, and I can't work out why this shirt's going through. So I have to press help. Wait. Ask somebody, hey, it's asked me to get staff. Yes, she's coming. I was like, all right, cool. Nothing. And I was like, hey, I've been waiting like 10 minutes. Can I have somebody to come here, please? She finally comes and she goes, oh, this doesn't work on this one. Try it on this one. Oh, it works on that one. I was like, I've got so many items. I'm going to have to put these all through again.
Yeah.
Can't you just dash in the number? So she goes, ugh. Puts in the number, right? God. Yeah, such an attitude. And I was like, thank you. Anyway, when you go to take off the tags, remove the tags, it wasn't working because she'd put the numbers in. So as I was taking off the tag, it was like, we don't recognise this item. And I was like, oh, it's not recognising this item now. She then goes, okay, let me check the receipt. And I went, you're looking at the receipt. You put the number in. And she went, I know, but we have to double check. But you've been standing here for a minute. And she was like, looked at me like with attitude. And I was like, okay. She went, oh, I'll do it at the end. Just put everything through with the tags, take all the tags off, and then I'll do it at the end. Anyway, I've done everything, put it in the bag, give her the item. And she's like, and what did she say? She was like, I think you're going to have to do it at another till. I went, I've just paid for it. You've seen it on the receipt. She goes, hang on, let me check it again. So she has to check the receipt a second time. And I'm like, are you serious? I have to leave. You've been taking so long. Even this story is really, really long.
It's really long.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then she turns around and she looks at me with such an attitude. And she goes, I have to go away now and take this tag off. And you've caused such an issue. And I was like, are you kidding me? How have I caused the issue when you're the one, the till didn't work, you put the number in and then you have to check the receipt. You did it a minute ago. You can use your brain and realise it's the same freaking shirt. You've been standing here the whole time. Anyway, she goes off, comes back, and she's like, here, and she throws it at me. And I was like, wow. I was like, everyone is so rude here. And I stormed out. And I was like, this is just madness. Why work in a store if you're going to be horrible to the customers?
Wow. I thought you had an experience with another Karen, like a shopper.
No, that's the...
The Karen was the person who worked at Zara.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to explain the story again?
Yeah, please, yeah. I've got time. Oh, my lordy lord, that was crazy. I mean, I have to vouch for you there regarding the people who work at Zara are 9 times out of 10 always have a really bad attitude. Yeah. They're storming around the store, they're pacing, avoiding people on purpose, trying not to make eye contact, and then behind the till, I've been at the till at Zara trying to buy stuff before, and the 2 people working behind the till were just bitching about people in the store. Just out front, in front of me, pointing at people,
so bad,
bitching. I was like, what is going on?
They're just, I don't know.
Sorry guys, I'm a model. I just work here part-time.
No, this woman was Spanish, but she really just hated me and hated her life. So
I wonder if, you know how people sometimes, if you've ever been to Pizza Express, as it's like an Italian kind of thing, and they hire people and they tell you have to have an Italian accent. So people will put on an Italian accent. Do you think people do it in Zara because they're like, we want Spanish people? Because Zara's a Spanish brand.
Do you think that because of Brexit? Because everyone...
No, not because of Brexit. I'm just thinking because that's the way the store wants itself to run. Do they prioritise Spanish people, or do they ask you, can you do a Spanish accent?
No, I don't think so.
I would love it if they did that.
What, like Abercrombie, like put on an American accent?
Did they ask you to do American accent?
No, they didn't, but they were like, hey, how are you? And we just all say it in an American accent.
Oh, God.
I know. How about you, mister? Karen in the comment, did you find one this week?
I don't really have that many. You know what? It's only ever been people
Full of positive energy.
It's always been people who respond to the positive comments and try to put people down, which is a bit shitty. Like, I've seen a few comments on my things.
Oh, I saw one of yours.
Oh my God, tell me. Is it the same length as the Zara story?
Somebody was like, before you put his clothes on, do you wash your hands after you've taken his nappy off? Because that's gross. As in...
Oh, because in my video of me changing Rocket's nappy, he got poo on his hands, and then I grabbed his hands, so I got poo in my hands. On my hands. Of course I washed my hands after that.
No, as in he said during, and he was just like, because that's gross.
Well, it is gross, and I have to live with the grossness every single day, all day.
4 days, 4 times a week.
He wipes snot out of his nose and then rubs it in his eyes and then gets conjunctivitis, and then he puts his hand in his nappy, or he tries to grab his bits when I pull a nappy off him, and he's got crap all over his privates, so he's grabbing the crap. So I've then got to grab his hand and get crap on my hand, and it's just all one big shit and bogey fest. Jamie, I saw a video recently that said... about love languages. We've actually spoken about this before, and I think we were introduced to it by a book you read, and we also listened to a podcast by Jay Shetty, who's a brilliant podcaster, I have to say. If there's a podcast we can recommend on this episode, it's got to be Jay Shetty.
I think the whole world knows how good he is.
Is he the most listened to UK one, or is it Stephen Bartlett?
Stephen Bartlett.
Oh.
But I think Jay Shetty's does America. He's pretty much up there with the Americans.
Oh, okay. What are the 5 love languages for people who are listening or watching and they don't know?
So, acts of service is one of them. Gift giving, words of affirmation, quality time, and physical touch.
And your love languages?
Words of affirmation.
And is there a particular reason why it's words of affirmation? Does it just make you feel good? Is it like a thing that because you give people words of affirmation a lot of the time, but receiving it must just be, it just hits the spot.
Honestly, it goes both ways as well, and people don't even realise. So, for instance, if somebody says something to me, this is why I always say something in the comments, because that means something. But if it's negative, I really get a bit like, oh my God.
Yeah,
but
you're not good in the comment section because you really focus in on like negativity.
So I need to always just not read them. But the thing is if somebody goes, oh my God, this is fantastic, or this is fabulous. I have this thing with fabulousness at the moment.
Fabulous.
Honestly, makes my heart ring. So I could feel the most unloved if you brought me food in the morning and you graced me with loads of gifts and stuff.
Sat with you.
But the fact that you didn't open your mouth and say how beautiful I looked, I'd feel the most unloved. And you'd be like, I do so much for you. I feed you. I give you gifts. Why the hell don't you respond?
I mean, let's not lie.
Because it's a love language.
Let's not lie. You love gifts.
That's my second love language. You have 2. It goes in order. So so mine would be...
Well, I mean, mine is quality time. And it honestly is exactly what it says on the tin. Quality time. So
you
it's
get
not
pissed
just
off
us,
if I'm on my phone for ages,
it's
and then
not
you're
just
like,
us sitting next to, because some people say quality time could be just sitting next to each other and watching a film, but because you're in the presence of each other, you're still spending that quality time together. To me, it's quality time. You have to actually be engaged in what you're doing together, whether it be doing a puzzle or playing a game or watching a movie or whatever. I want you to be engaged in the activity that we're doing together, and that to me is more quality time.
Yeah, I like that.
What's your order then? Quick fire.
Quick fire. Okay, so words of affirmation, physical touch,
Ooh.
gift giving,
Okay.
Acts of service, quality time.
No way! You don't want to spend time with me!
I mean, I'm like all about physical touch, aren't I?
That's just bang out of order. Mine is quality time.
Acts of service, definitely.
What's acts? Is that if I do something or if you do something for me?
It goes both ways. So you like to do stuff for others, but you also like to get stuff from others.
So first would be quality time. Second would probably be acts of service. Yeah. Third would be words of affirmation. Fourth would be physical touch, and then gift giving at the end.
You've never really cared
not fussed about.
So for
giving
Christmas,
gifts. I'm like, let's spend a $5.
Christmas, I'm like, it goes big, but I always try and top Barney, and it happens every year. I top him every year. But you did very well this year.
She's such a liar. I get you the most bougie advent calendar physically possible.
It was amazing.
Gosh darn it. Right. We have your
I'm so grateful for that.
This is the kind of area of the podcast of each and every week where I give you just a little bit of time. You can have 5 minutes, you can have 2 minutes to tell us at home and tell me what's going on with Britney Spears.
Wait, hang on. We didn't finish the section about the thing. Sorry.
We did.
No. I just wanted to finish being like how important it is for relationships, love languages. It really is important to learn your partner's love language because you can then guide yourself through all the communication issues that you guys are facing. And like I've explained, if you are using, just say, acts of service as one of them and the person doesn't receive acts of service as love for them, they just want to be told they're beautiful and loads of lovely, beautiful words, they're going to feel the most unloved and you will be very confused because you do so much for that person. So it is vital for the relationship to work on each other. So Barney works on giving me more compliments, even though he doesn't really tend to want to receive them. And I work my best on giving him quality time and just making sure that I'm focused.
Or you could use their love language against them. So if Jamie's pissed me off and she looks really nice, I will deliberately not tell her that she looks nice.
Who are you? That's a villain.
I've been playing too much Hogwarts Legacy.
You really have. Okay.
It's so good. It's so good. Get that game. If I could tell you to do anything off the back end of this podcast and this episode, go get the new Harry Potter game.
And guess what, girls? Pamper yourselves while they're doing it.
Yeah. Girls like video games. What are you talking about?
I do.
Don't start talking about Sims or SSX Tricky. No one gives a shit.
Or Crash
Fan of the
Bandicoot.
jar! Right. Now, this is the point of the episode. Each and every week, I give you 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, depending on what you want to discuss. I let you have the floor to tell us what's going on with Britney Spears.
Oh, besties with Brit.
Besties with Brit.
No, I want to change it to...
No, you're not allowed to change it. This is my podcast.
Wow. He really just said that?
Well, I want you to talk about it because this is your segment.
I'm Britney's bitches. We're part of the Britney Bitches crew.
Okay.
It's Britney, bitch. See what I mean?
Go on, tell me what's happening with Brit.
Oh, okay. So she posted a song yesterday and she said she was in the studio and her face wasn't in it. She was just singing. And then she said she was really embarrassed because nobody was meant to see it. So that's why she wrote that comment to try and hide the fact. And then she deleted the post anyway. So it was really confusing as to why she did that. But hey ho.
I really enjoy this segment purely because it's not that I actually want to find out what's happening with Britney Spears. It's that I just am amazed that she knows every week. Like, well, yesterday she posted this video and stuff like that. I'm like, you're genuinely obsessed. This is like my old housemate with Emma Bunton.
No.
You are obsessed with Britney Spears.
No.
If you met Britney, I think you'd freeze up. And I've never seen you freeze up ever with anything ever, but I think you would freeze up if you met Britney Spears.
I think I'd just be like, do you want to go out?
No, I think you actually shit your pants. I don't know what, I just feel like there's one celebrity or maybe a handful that people, have that thing about that they just are in such awe of them because they've had such an impact on their childhood or they love what they do as like professionally so much.
I don't know why.
You would just... Every fibre in your body would be like, oh my God.
It's actually so true because
you'd explode.
Every single night we go to bed, Barney's watching gaming videos and I'm watching Britney videos.
I'm not actually watching gaming videos.
You are of golf.
I'm wishing I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy.
No. You are watching either golf or gaming videos.
I mean, yeah, you're probably half true there. Probably
I'm
half right.
100% true. I'm going to get this on footage. 100%. It's coming to TikTok soon, guys.
Coming to the TikTok near you soon. What would you like to ask our listeners to discuss with us next week? They can send stuff in, questions or comments about something. What? Okay, I have one. Can I say it?
You asked me a question.
I know,
and then you're
I know,
like,
because something sprung to mind.
That's a bad trait.
I'm so
It
sorry.
is. Sorry, babe.
Something sprung to mind.
Go
And
on
it's
then.
actually about what you were talking about
Okay.
earlier. What you were saying earlier about Zara. I want to know, what are your crappy Zara experiences, and send
Does
them to
everyone
us
have
and
one?
we can read you out, because I am so certain that we are not the only people that have realised the smugness and the rudeness of Zara
It's
employees.
mad. And I'm like, if you do work at Zara right now, like, please comment on this section and explain to us, do you find the same rudeness with your colleagues, or do you find the customers rude?
Or maybe they're just like not treated that well and they need to be treated better, and they just don't really enjoy working there. Or think about a store that you work in. If you worked in a store that was so crowded.
Did you ever work in a clothing
rammed.
store?
I mean, we both worked at Harrods. It's so bougie, though.
Yeah, but we worked for an agency, so it wasn't really working internally
Oh,
with a
worked
company.
in store. No, I mean, I applied to work in Hollister and I got the job, and then I got something else, so I didn't work there.
I worked at Abercrombie, Jack Wills, and Hollister.
You are so white.
No, I'm so Gen Millennial, or whatever it's called.
You
Millennial.
are just like Abercrombie and Fudge.
I have to say, all my
You belong
bestest
on the
friends
set of
in
Mean
the
Girls.
whole entire world came from that store. And you know what? No matter where you go from that store, people don't realise, but... And then they did a documentary about it, and they got it so wrong.
No, they
because-
didn't. They slated it, and they should have slated it.
No, they shouldn't have.
No, because it's about the guy, and he's a dick.
I get that. But at the same time, anywhere you go in the world, you have friends everywhere, because there's an Abercrombie person in every single country in the world. It's incredible. I wouldn't be a DJ or have any of the gigs if it weren't for knowing somebody through Abercrombie. Abercrombie literally set me up for a lot of stuff.
Proper advocate for
Oh,
Abercrombie.
stop! I'm not. It's just because I
You
work
know they don't
there.
go above a size 12.
Do you remember when? They
They are
would give you
exclusionary.
They would give you these cards. They were white Abercrombie cards, and they were like called associate cards. And you'd rock up to clubs and show them your associate
my
card,
God.
and you'd be able to get in and get a table.
You would show an Abercrombie card to get into a nightclub. Ugh. You're gross. With that, we end that episode. Get out. Get out. Get out while I tell them a secret, but I'm not going to meant to tell you. So something that I'm probably not supposed to tell you is that I've been putting Rocket in his bouncy chair behind me with baby sensory videos on my left while I play Hogwarts Legacy on my right, and it's the perfect setup. I literally want to take a picture of it and show it to you guys next week, and I feel like that's what I'll do. And Jamie doesn't know, so don't tell her. Don't tell Mum. Shh. Don't tell Mum.